Hey everybody, it's Matt from Britical Saiyans here, and I'm going to show you my Gogeta BR deck, but this is the new one from set 11. Yes, set 11. I'm not up to date with the set. My brain's like, wait, what set? What? It is that set. It even says at the bottom, and I'm still being a tit. Right, so this Gogeta is when he attacks, you can take a life. That's up to, so it is optional. So then you look at top 7 for a 1-cost extra card. Add it to your hand, put the rest back in shuffle. His other auto is once per turn. When you activate a union skill, you can draw a card. And then his awakenings, 4 or less, you can get 2 energy back. And then we go into the other side, where he's got straight up double strike, which is just great, because a swinging double strike leader without any way of gaining double strike through effects is very good, because it's constant pressure. And his auto, he gains 5k when he attacks, and also draws a card. And then he has auto once per turn. When you activate union skill, you get to draw a card. So he's got the same skill on both sides, except this side he's straight up double striking, becomes a 20k double striker draw. So start off with, we have the unisons, and we've literally just gone with 4 Jiren for this. So Jiren is auto. When your opponent plays a battle card or unison card, you may choose that card and he gets minus 10k power for a turn. If you do, you negate this skill for a turn, which is fine. +1, he gains double strike. -3, activate battle, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and he gets minus 25k power for a turn. So it's just a very good unison card. Costing 3 is fine, because then you pay the 3, he comes out of 3 markers, +1 him, he's already on 4 markers, as 20k. Not the easiest thing to get over, unless your opponent's just bringing out things that have just got hefty power for no energy. Not mentioning anybody. So into the extra cards then. So we got 2 Astral Mist Technique. So this is your sparking one. You can take a life. You got 5 in a draw. It's counter attack, but it doesn't actually negate the attack. But you can choose up to 1 of your cards and it gets plus 40k power, and then you choose 1 of your opponent's things to get minus 10k for the turn. And then we have 2 Birth of a Super Warrior. So this is for the skillless side of the new stuff. So activate main. If your leader card is red Gogeta BR, you choose 1 of the effects. So you can play or add up to 1 of the skillless Goku BR or Vegeta BR that costs 1 from your deck, and then so from your deck you just go, yeah, I'll play it or add either way. Or you can play or add 1 of the same guys from the drop area, so it's literally the same word for word, apart from it says drop area or deck on the effect. So either or. And then as another negate for the deck, we've gone with Unending Awakening. So cost 1, you negate the attack, and then you choose 1 of your red Saiyan leader cards, and it gets +5, which obviously Gogeta is a red Saiyan, so that's fine. And then we got 1 Gogeta Cannon. So counterplay, when the battle card is played, choose up to 1 of those battle cards, and it gets -15 for a turn. This, yeah, when the battle card is being played, choose up to 1 of those battle cards, and it gets minus, yeah. And then we have Wolfang Fist. So counter attack, if your leader card is mono red, choose up to 1 attacking battle cards or leader card, and he gets ignoring barrier, and he gets -15. If you got a unison in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. And then the last one, we've got a Freezer's Death Ball. So activate battle, if your leader card is red, you choose up to 1 of your leader cards or battle cards, and gets 15 power for the battle. And then its auto is, if all your energy is red, when you activate this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards, and it gets minus 10k for the battle. So there's all your 1-cost extra card targets for your leader searching. Well, these are what I chose to go with. So you got what, 3, 6, 8 targets, which is fine, because you should be awakening quite quickly anyway if you're taking life each turn, and if you're getting smacked. So I feel like 8 targets is justified. Just the way I go with it. So into the battle cards. we've got 3 copies of Vegeta preparing for fusion and 3 copies of Son Goku preparing for fusion. So these guys are literally exactly the same, except Goku gets Vegeta, Vegeta gets Goku, and they both get a Veku. But you look at top 3 and the rest go to the bottom. Pretty much, you know, exactly the same. And then for the skillless guys, I've gone with 2-2 split on the Gokus and Vegetas. Onto the 2 cost cards. When I get them all, there we go. Alright, so my super combo choices for the deck were 2 of the sparking. Roshi got 5 in a drop, draw a card, otherwise straight up 10k. And then I've got 2 of the newest ones. So Raditz in Youth, it's got 0 for the 10k because I think it's just the effect why they've chosen to do that. So at 4 or less life, if your leader card is red, if your life is a 4 or less, all of your energy is red. When this card is used in a combo, it gains 10,000 combo power for the battle. Then you may choose 1 card from your hand, place it at the bottom and draw 2 cards. And then for the other 2 costs, we've got 2 copies of Preemptive Strike Goku. So Goku Sparking 2. When you look at top 5 cards of your deck, when it's played, you can add a Gogeta BR or a red Vegeta BR. Put it to your hand and then you choose a card and discard it if you do add one. Activate main once per turn, you can make this card gain 5k. And then at the end of the turn it bounces back. And then we have 2 copies of Vegeta. So he does exactly the same thing on the first effect to look in top 5. Then on his activate main, once per turn, you choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignore barrier, and minus his power by 5k, but then he bounces back at the end of the turn. Because that's what the old BR stuff used to do. So, onto the 3 costs. I decided to go with 2 copies of Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku Technique Unchained. So, this is part of the skillless package from set 11. So, activate main, pay a red, choose a skillless Goku BR, bounce back to your hand and play this, and then he gains 10k for the turn, and then the activate main returns to your hand. So he's not like the other ones where it's at the end of the turn. You can just play it, swing, then bounce it back. And then we got 2 copies of the Vegeta. So he's exactly the same. He is literally actually exactly the same, except you got to target Vegeta. Okay. And then we decided, I think, Johnny, you basically came up with this idea, didn't you? Of adding these?
Near enough.
Yeah. So, got the Vekus. Veku. Oh God, I need to drink. It goes auto once per turn when you activate the Union skill, draw a card. So, these help you trigger that effect before you awaken, and even when you've awakened, for free, basically. So, I really need a drink. I was gonna let Johnny take over for a sec.
Oh God. So yeah, I'm doing this upside down, but whatever. But yeah, the Veku works out because it lets you add, like Matt says, it lets you draw off your leader. If you're playing the Go Tanks Unison, it lets you add markers, and they both get the pieces back. Because the difference is that Chubby Veku can attack things in active mode, and the fragile one can minus something by 10k, but then you just put them in your drop, get your things back, and you carry on. That's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. So just nice little cards to put into a deck.
Yeah.
Oh, spit power. Throat was killing me. It's like I can't talk anymore.
Could have asked me to grab it.
Could have, but it was just easier to do that way. Yeah. So 4 costs. Got 2 copies of Topo. So Topo costs 4, but is counter attack. Choose 1 card in your hand, 1 other card in your hand, and place it in your drop area. Then negate the attack. and then you get to play this card. Permanent, if it's your opponent's turn, its cost is reduced by 2, so it's a 2 cost. And then auto, if it's your opponent's turn when you play this card, for the duration of the turn, your opponent cannot attack unless they choose 2 costs on their hand and discard them. So it's Red's Flying Nimbus in a painful way. So onto the 5 costs. We got 4 copies of the Gogeta Fusion of the Gods. So it's Deflect, Union Fusion for 3 red, you draw 2 cards and you use your Goku and Vegeta BRs. Permanent, you can't be KO'd. And then auto, if you lead a card as red, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your red unison cards, add a marker to it, then choose all of your opponent's battle cards and then get minus 15k power. Yeah! Potential board wipe or just pain. Right. So, as we said in the matchup, there is a proxy. So this is this, basically. So ignore the one on the back. So it is 4 copies of this. I'm really not going to try reading the SPR version. Right. So it's got double strike, EX evolve onto a mono red Gogeta BR with energy cost of 5. So this is your only target as it stands at the moment, unless they bring more in the future.
Well, there is a promo one, but
there is, yeah, a promo one, but
it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I can't even remember what it does, to be honest. So he's got the same permanent as the 5 cost where he can't be KO'd, but he has 2 autos of when a card evolves into this card, choose up to 1 of your red unison cards, add 2 markers to it, and you can't play battle cards for a turn. So you can't just straight up evolve onto this guy with the 8 cost 1, which is a shame, but you know, whatever. And then also when his card or one of your opponent's cards attacks, you may choose one of your opponent's cards and it gets minus 20k power for the battle if you do negate this skill for the turn. So more minusing. And then just to add a bit more to the deck, after you play your 6 costs, decided to put the 8 cost in. Again, I'm going to read the SR instead of the SPR. So, EX Evolve, you choose 2 red cards from your hand and place them in the drop area. And then you evolve onto a Gogeta with energy cost of 6. Boom! Because you can't be KO'd, so kind of, unless your opponent gets rid of it by a skill that just doesn't involve in KOing, he's going to live for the next turn, so you will be able to evolve onto this. So he has double strike and permanent. This card can't be KO'd and can attack cards in active mode. When a card evolves this card, if there are no battle cards in play in your opponent's battle area, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's life and place them in drop area. Then you can't play copies of this guy for a turn, and then also when his card attacks a battle card, switch this card to active mode. So yeah, that's literally it. It's just there as a nice little finisher if need be, basically. And 2 SPRs. But yeah, there you go, guys. So that's the deck list that we've come up with for the Gogeta from set 11. Leave any thoughts you have in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. So, bye bye.